that doing that makes your GNFA conform to those three constraints that you imposed. Okay? Alright, now this GNFA that you've just constructed from your DFA using those three constraints, so you now that GNFA is now a special form GNFA because it obeys those three constraints. You know, the three star circles that I've labelled them. The three of them with the star circle. Now, for the rest of the text, maybe I'm not sure. Well, from now on, I don't know how far it goes, but from now on, okay, assume that your GNFAs are in this special form. In other words, these GNFAs obey these three constraints. Okay, from now on. Okay, so next sort of thing. Now remember, we're going from DFA to GNFA, and from the GNFA we go to the regular expression. So we've talked here a bit about how to convert a DFA into a GNFA. You know, we're adding the extra states and whatnot. Okay, so we've done that first step. Well, in theory. And now we talk about the second step, where we go from a GNFA to a regular expression. How to do that? So that's what the rest of this this square and the board is about. Okay. All right. How to do that? It too has many parts. We certainly won't finish on this square, but I'll give you the idea, right? The sort of an overview. Okay. Assume your GNFA has k states. And there are k states in your GNFA. Now remember, the accept state and the start state have to be different, and therefore the number of states in your GNFA has a minimum of 2. Right? So if k is the number of states in your GNFA, then k must be greater or equal to 2. Right? That's what this is saying. Now, okay, if k is greater than 2, then there's a process you can effectively take one of your states, not the start state, not the accept state, but take one of the other states, just rip it out, pull it out of your state transition diagram, and then you can repair the damage, so to speak. We'll go into details later board, not here, but I'm just trying to give the idea. So, and that can be done with GNFAs. And one of the reasons for imposing these three constraints is to allow that to be doable. So you rip out one of your non-start accept states. You repair the damage, whatever that means. You'll go into that later. And so that means that you now have an equivalent GNFA, but with one state less. Okay. So now you have k minus 1 states, right? Now you can keep doing that because GNFA allows it. You can keep doing that until you get right down to just 2 states, k equals 2. Right? So if you start with k and it's greater than 2, you just rip out one of the non-start accept states and repair the damage. And you can keep doing that until you get down to just k equals 2, and then the label that is between the... So you've only got 2 states now, right? So one of them is the start state, the other one is the accept state. And interestingly, and this is the whole point, the label on the transition arrow between the start state and the accept state, that is the regular expression you're trying to find. Okay? So that's how you. So you just look at the label on the transition arrow between the start state and the accept state to find the regular expression that you were trying to get, starting with the DFA. Remember, from DFA to GNFA, you then simplify the GNFA right down to two states, and finally you look at the label on the transition arrow from the start state to the accept state in your highly simplified, now right down to k equals 2 state, GNFA. Right? That's the main idea. So like here's an example. Say you start with a 3-state DFA, and that might take you to that'll take you to a 5-state GNFA. Why 5? Well, because you added a start state and you added an accept state. Okay? So you've got now 5 states in your GNFA, and then you rip out one state. So you go to a 4-state GNFA, and then a 3-state GNFA, and then a 2-state GNFA, and then from the 2-state GNFA you look at the label on the transition arrow from the start state to the accept state, and that's your regular expression. You get it there. Right. So doing that, so the crucial step is how do you construct an equivalent GNFA with one state less? Like how do you go from a K state, there are K of them, a K state GNFA to a GNFA with K minus 1 states? How do you do that? So that's the next thing to be talked about. But we've run out of board. Okay, so that'll be the next thing for the next session on the next board.